Hello, and welcome to Today in History for March 12th. I'm Michael Powell. On March 12th of 1933, Franklin Roosevelt began the first of his many fireside chats. 8 days after his inauguration, President Franklin D. Roosevelt gave his first national radio address, or fireside chat, directly from the White House. Roosevelt began that first address simply, "I want to talk for a few minutes with the people of the United States about banking." He went on to explain his recent decision to close the nation's banks in order to stop the surge of mass withdrawals by panicked investors who worried about possible bank failures. The banks would be reopening the next day, Roosevelt said, and he thanked the public for their fortitude and good temper during the, quote, banking holiday. At the time, the U.S. was involved in the lowest point of the Great Depression, with between 25 and 33% of the workforce unemployed. The nation was worried, and Roosevelt's address was designed to ease fears and inspire confidence in his leadership. Roosevelt went on to deliver 30 more of these broadcasts between March 1933 and June of 1944. They reached an astonishing number of American households, 90% of which owned a radio at the time. Journalist Robert Trout was the one who coined the phrase fireside chat to describe Roosevelt's radio addresses, invoking an image of the president sitting by a fire in the living room, speaking earnestly to the American people about his hopes and dreams for the nation. In fact, Roosevelt took great care to make sure each address was accessible and understandable to ordinary Americans, regardless of their level of education. He used simple vocabulary and relied on folksy anecdotes and analogies to explain often complex issues facing the country. Over the course of his 12-year presidency, Roosevelt used the chats to build popular support for his groundbreaking New Deal policies in face of stiff opposition from the big businesses and other groups. After World War II, he used them to explain the administration's wartime policies and other features to the American people. The success of Roosevelt's chats was evident not only in his three re-elections, but also in millions of letters that flooded the White House. Farmers, business owners, men, women, rich, poor, most of them expressed the feeling that the president had entered their home and spoken directly to them. In an era when presidents had previously communicated with their citizens almost exclusively through spokespeople and journalists, it was an unprecedented step. The Fireside Chats, on this date in history. I'm Michael Powell. Join me again tomorrow and see what that episode will bring. Till then, watch this.